Oh, welcome. I am so happy to be here with you. The energy has been interesting lately. So whether you're watching this video like soon after I made it in real time, or even if you're watching this like way in the future of when I'm making this, I'm going to assume that the energy has felt similar to you. So this message is probably for you, even if you're watching this like not when I'm actually around when I'm creating it. The energy lately has been very inward. For example, I don't even know, maybe a month ago, the energy was feeling like productive and like so much like creativity in the air. Like I filmed an entire mini course in like a week and it felt so easy, so easy. And now this past month, so this month in my teaching library is meant to be Reiki 1, so Reiki for self-healing. And we're at the end of the month. I have not filmed one video yet. And my human has been like freaking out a little because I like to do it every Friday. Normally it's one video every Friday. And my human keeps being like, push through it, just do the video, push through it. But every time I check in, spirit is like, it's not time. The timing isn't right. And I know there are things we have to do, right? So like a lot of you probably have certain jobs and certain things, if you have kids, that you have to do. But then we also have those things that we feel like we have to do, but we really don't. So every time I checked in about the Reiki videos, because I wanted them all up for this month, I was going, just trust. It's going to happen. And sure enough, we're in the last week of the month and I'm feeling the energy shift. This week, I know I'm going to get all those videos done and it's going to have the right energy behind it. It's not going to feel forced. It's going to feel easy and fun. And when everyone watches them, they're going to feel that too. If I had kind of pushed through it like my human wanted me to, because I wanted to follow through on, my promise of I'm going to have a weekly video for you. Instead, they're going to get all the videos probably at the end of the month, and I'm going to be adding some extras to kind of like, see, it was worth it. We just had to trust along with me. So my point in telling you that is notice how you're feeling. It might just be the energy around you. It's not so much probably you're not being lazy about it. Check in about it, make sure you're not just procrastinating on something. But sometimes when we don't feel like maybe like going out or like being out in the world and humaning or whatever, you might not supposed to be. It might be more of an inward, like maybe you want to do some more with your tarot or oracle cards, or maybe just literally, I've spent more time like playing with my kids in the past 2 weeks, and it's made me realize like, wow, I could really be playing with them more. But if I had been trying to override my system, I would have missed out on all those opportunities, and I would have forced the videos and everything else that I wanted to get done, and I would have felt even more burnt out. But instead, I sort of rode the flow, right? Flow with it. I won't say I did it like beautifully, because I did keep checking in, like, is it time for me to make the videos yet? Is it time? And then today, it's still not time. The videos, it's going to start tomorrow. But I did get the yes to do this video, which I'm super excited about. And now we're actually going to start. So this is our collective spiritual guidance and healing session for January, or whenever you watch this. It's totally fine if you're watching this and it's not January. You are drawn to it for a reason, and you're here doing exactly what you're meant to be doing at exactly the right time. So what I started doing, this isn't only my third one doing it this way, I sort of am modeling it off what I do with my one-on-one sessions with people. It's a little different, obviously, because I can't make it exactly for you. You can't ask like the exact like yes or no questions. We spend a little bit of time usually like, is it in my highest alignment to stay in this job? Is it in my highest alignment to sign up for this course? Any of those types of questions. We're not going to do that on this video. And interestingly enough, usually I start with cards. And my guides today were like, no cards. I got a no on every deck of cards I checked in on for you. And I think it's because they wanted me to really talk about how the energy's kind of been, and how we're really just being asked to flow with that energy. Notice when you're feeling like you want to do more outward moving things and do them. And notice when you're feeling more like you just want to sit on the couch and watch a movie. Sometimes that is just the energy moving, and it's totally fine. So what we're actually going to start with, the thing that wanted to come through today was my fancy dancy. This is like my Akashic record pendulum board that I made. There's a lot on here, but this is what wanted to come through. So I have no idea what we're going to do today. I'm going to use my pendulum, and I'm literally just going to ask. It's kind of the fun parts of these sessions is like, I never know where it's going to go. So I'm just putting my pendulum over this board. I'm going to ask, okay, what does everyone most need in this moment, or most need to know in this moment? And we're going to see what kind of thing we're going to work on today. I'm going to laugh if what I think is coming up is coming up. Is this what's coming up? No. This is what's coming up. Okay. Super interesting, as always. Okay, so I am getting, there are some human souls to cross. Super interesting. I would not think that's what would have came up. I'm just double checking. Okay, so does this mean in their house? Okay, so it seems some of you, possibly all of you, have, so this is one of my side missions, is crossing past human souls. So some of you or all of you probably have someone, at least one in your house, who is in need of some crossing. For some reason, they're a little stuck where they are. And so we're already doing it. Okay. We're letting them go right now. I guess those ones didn't need any healing. That's an interesting way for them to get my attention. So while I'm doing this, I don't know, see how you feel, I guess. Maybe the energy around you is going to lighten a little. I'm going to assume if you're watching this, there is at least one like past human soul that was in your, wherever you live, and has been kind of stuck there a little. So I'm just sending them off back where they're meant to go. Sometimes they do need some healing, but these ones are just ready to go. So we are allowing them to go. We're sending them home. You're free. Go where you came from. That is something I do teach in the teaching library. If that's something you feel like you want to learn. Okay. Interesting. That's not what I expected. Okay, can we move on now? Okay. Whoever was there was like, get me out of here. They probably are the ones that guided you to this video. So if you are not someone that normally would watch one of these videos, whoever just left totally guided you to watch that because they wanted to go home. Oh man, okay. It's always an adventure. Oh gosh, okay. This is gonna be a super interesting video. A galactic guide has a message for us. Is this okay? We're getting a yes. Okay. Can we use this to get? This is an interesting start to this video. A galactic guide has a message for us. We're just gonna see if they can give us some more information. Because they told me not to bring any cards. That would have been helpful to get the message. Okay. Okay, an aspect of self is ready to integrate. That's what was trying to come through before, but those human souls wanted to cross first. Okay. What's super funny is if you've watched the other two videos, this same thing has come up in all of them, which should just be a message to me, like this is what you're meant to do in these videos, and I probably don't even need to use the board. So what does it mean? An aspect of ourself is ready to integrate. basically. Our soul can have many lives in different places at different times. It could be past, it could be future, it could be parallel. It could be another life on Earth. It could be a life on another planet. It could be a mermaid, a unicorn, however big your imagination wants to open to allow all of what could be possible. It could be a plant, a tree, a crystal. It could literally be anything that you're open to being open to. So I'm getting that. So before I actually do it, basically one of the really cool things about being human is you can actually integrate these other versions of yourself. Sometimes there needs to be some healing with that. This one does not need healing, which is super cool. Basically, we can just integrate them in. And with that sort of comes sometimes some of the abilities or wisdom from whatever you're integrating in. So when I do this, some of you might have an idea pop into your head, like a whale or a mermaid or a tree. That could be what you're integrating. Some of you are going to have no idea. And the fun part of that, it doesn't even matter. You don't even need to know the story. You don't have to let your human brain figure it out. We're just going to be letting them in. Types of abilities that can come on, depending on what it is. It could be something as small as like you now make easier, firmer decisions. That one is definitely going to be for at least one of you, because that's what was coming in before I even said that. It could be that your intuition gets amplified, or you can really start feeling better in your body when something feels right, or when something's like, ugh, the energy is not right on that. It can literally be anything. Any bit of wisdom or anything can come in. You might notice it and you might have totally no idea, but just know that you're becoming more of who you really are. More of yourself is coming back. It's like welcoming a little part of you home, which is something you can do when you're a human on Earth, which is pretty cool. Okay. They make me describe that every time I do one of these videos. Okay, so before we welcome, are we ready to welcome this in? Okay, we are ready. So if you're not driving, assuming it's safe, feel free to close your eyes. You don't have to. It's just, I feel like it's easier to kind of bring it all in. So we are just allowing this aspect of ourself to come back home. You take some nice deep breaths. You can say, welcome home. There is nothing scary about this. Nothing should feel icky. It's going to feel like light and beautiful and exciting. You're welcoming another piece of you home. Even if you don't believe it's happening, you're still welcoming a part of you home. If you don't like the idea about other lives or mermaids and blah, 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 you can think about some of you are welcoming home parts of you from this lifetime that you have disconnected from. So maybe you had something kind of traumatic happen where you shut your heart off a little bit. That piece of you, it's almost like it's floating around in Nowhereville, Nowhere Land. We're calling that piece back to you. So if something popped into your head when I said that, that piece might be coming back. That could feel emotional. So I know I said it's not going to feel icky or painful. Sometimes though, when we do bring pieces of ourselves back that were disconnected because of some sort of trauma or heart closing, it might feel emotional. Like you might feel like you need to cry or yawn or just take some nice deep breaths. But you're welcoming more of you home. That's the big thing. You're welcoming more of you home. Okay, yeah, for a few of you, it was definitely this life related, not all crazy out there. For some of you, it was crazy out there. Wherever you are on your journey, it's absolutely perfect. Okay, so now we're just anchoring that in. Burping for you to clear that energy out. You're welcome. So just some nice deep breaths. We're anchoring that into ourself right now. Yep, anchoring that fully into our body, allowing it to integrate. kind of sealing that up. Okay, I'm getting that I'm gonna like kind of ground each of you individually. So do I want to ground into the center of the earth? Okay, I'm just checking in how I want to ground. Okay, so we're going to let kind of like our root chakra, so like the base of your spine kind of area. I'm just making sure I'm doing this the way that I'm meant to. Okay, there's lots of ways to ground. If you want to ground in a different way than I'm about to say, go for it. We're gonna let the like the base of our spine, anywhere in our root chakra that you want to imagine, allow that to sync up with the rhythm of the heartbeat of the earth. So we're allowing, yeah, we're good. We're allowing that. If you want to keep your eyes closed, go for it. I feel like it goes a little deeper, but if you can't or it doesn't feel safe, don't do that. So syncing up our root chakra, our root, with the heartbeat of the earth. Allowing, I'm doing it for you. So if you're like, what the heck, don't even worry about it. But if you can follow along, go for it. Syncing up that part of you with the heartbeat of the earth, allowing them both to beat at the same rhythm, bringing that earth energy up through our root, allowing it to go up through our body, up towards our head. While that energy is moving up, we are going to imagine from the top of our head a cord, almost like a cord of light, coming out of the top of our head, and it's going to anchor in to everyone's unique source point. So we're not all going to be anchoring into the same spot. You do not need to know where you're anchoring it in, just asking that it anchor in to exactly the place that you are meant to anchor in right now, that is in most alignment with you. And now we're allowing that energy, the earth energy and your cosmic energy to flow through your body, really flowing into alignment, allowing you to get fully on your axis and in alignment. Grounding and anchoring that in. If you want to take a nice few deep breaths. If you need to yawn, go for it. It's just moving energy. Okay, that felt really good. You are like really in your body right now. Beautiful. What are we at? 17 minutes. Okay. My goal is to not go over 20 minutes. We'll see what happens. Okay, is there anything else left for us to do? I'm just using the board thing down here. Of course, time to meditate, download, and integrate, which makes sense because we just brought in a lot. So if you can close your eyes, I'm going to send you probably about 2 minutes-ish of Reiki. My intention is really allowing your body to integrate exactly what you just brought in. So whatever part of you that just found back to you, whatever part of you just came home, knowing that you just became more of you, especially if you brought a part of yourself from this lifetime home that has been disconnected. Really just allowing that to flow in, to integrate in. For those of you that know a lot about Reiki, I am a Sui and Holy Fire trained, so I'm really bringing the Holy Fire in right now. But that sort of includes a Sui. And tomorrow I'm going to do my first Reiki 1 video in our library, finally, for us. If you're watching this way in the future, those videos better be in there. So really I'm holding the under your feet and above your head, sending the energy both ways, really holding the container of you, allowing all that beautiful Reiki to flow through, really grounding you into your body, grounding that new part of you back into you, really integrating that back into yourself. It's possible tonight during your dream state or in the next few days, that certain memories could surface, certain feelings could surface. Feel free to reach out to me if it feels really uncomfortable, if anything's really coming up after this. If that's happening, it's just because it's meant to come up to be released. It does not mean this like did something bad. When we do this kind of deep energetic work, though, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes uncomfortable feelings can come up after. It could be memories that we repressed or that we never fully grieved. It could come up as like physical feelings. Sometimes for me it feels like anxiety when it's just energy moving. A lot of times we just have to allow it. Just feel it, notice it. Hi, I notice you. Okay, I realize. Just kind of let it move on. Just know that if anything comes up, it's on purpose. The more we can let go of the heavy, like dense stuff, the more light and wisdom we can fit in. There's nothing wrong with the shadows, nothing wrong with kind of our places we don't want to look, but once we can look at them, we can sort of transmute them a little bit. You guys feel like so in your body from that grounding. It feels so good. Okay, one more nice deep breath. Yawns are good. Okay, we're gonna say thank you to all of the energies involved in today. Thank you for you showing up. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. This one was interesting as always. So thank you for showing up for it. And yeah, let me know if anything comes up for you. You can put it in the comments. If it doesn't feel safe to do that, just reach out to me individually. Is totally fine too. I'm trying to remember my email. My head's like spinning from all that Reiki. What is my email? What did I just make it? expand@amymelissa.com. There you go. expand@amymelissa.com. And if it's easier, amymelissa.com is my website now, so you could also go there and email me. But thank you so much. I can't wait to see how that went. Some of you are going to be like, what the heck was that? 22 minutes. We did good. I will see you all later. Bye.